Hello, so we're going to be getting going on day 57 of Blueprints. I'm going to go ahead and get it started here. Day 56, I was trying for one or two trophies. The sweepstakes trophy, which would be 20 dead-end rooms in a single day, did not manage that. I got 15 dead-end rooms. The other trophy would have been Trophy of Wealth, and I was like a few coins shy. Like, even if I drained the fountain, I've refilled the fountain since, but I drained the fountain and I counted the coins down there, and there was like 12 to 14 coins, but I needed 17 more coins at the end of the day for the trophy. I bought out the showroom, but then the trophy itself costs 100 coins, and I got like 87 coins, or not 87, 83 coins. And I was like, so close. I did manage to increase my allowance yet again, so my allowance is 55. I have 3 keys because I ended the day with a clock tower and apparently 3 tomorrow rooms, right? So before I start today, I'm going to go make a wish. We want to keep accumulating coins here for the next time, we might make a run on the showroom. The whole reason why I'm trying to get 8 trophies is there are other puzzles I have that I'm not making a whole lot of progress on. And that might be because I need new locations and stuff. But I know that, like, in the gift shop, it says I can't buy blue tints until I have 8 trophies. I don't know what blue tints will do for me, but it's at least a goal I can work towards. Like, I can see trophies that I can work towards getting. So it's something I can do while trying to mull over puzzles in my head and look for more clues for the puzzles and all that kind of stuff. We're going to do the shrine today because the shrine blessing lasts for multiple days. And so we should do the shrine when it's available. And then enjoy those benefits for the following days, right? So even though I saw Schoolhouse and all that, the shrine, we do the shrine today. It gives us benefits for like 3 or more days, depending on how much money we spend. So I'm going to look at my notes, and this is what I've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's another blessing out there. I can figure out what it is. One moment. I'm looking at my notes to figure out what the remaining blessing is. And it's probably would cost 16 coins to get, but let's see if it's going to be worthwhile. That's going to be from a drafting manual. I just forget which one. So I'm looking. Okay, it's... Bear with me, bear with me. So many screenshots, so many books and things. Here we go. So the blessing I haven't seen yet is the blessing of the berry picker, which says, while drafting, instead of picking a floor plan, you can pick a berry. If you do, draft a random floor plan from your draft pool, disregarding rarity. Huh. Interesting. While drafting, instead of picking a floor plan, you can pick a berry. If you do, draft a random floor plan from your draft pool, disregarding rarity. That seems super hard to plan around, But I'm going to go ahead and just try to do it just so that can say I've experienced all the blessings. And then going forward, I can play with choosing specific blessings for specific strategies and try increasing coin count and increase duration, right? But right now I'm just going to do 16 because so far, 2, 4, 6, all the way up to 12 has given a different blessing. Is it 12 or 16, 14 or 16? Yeah, 16. Okay, so this, in theory, will give Blessing of the Berry Picker. And it does. For 3 days. Okay, so that is confirmed. And then I don't know how to extend it time-wise. Maybe by adding 20 coins to it or something. But this is Blessing of the Berry Picker. Can pick berry and get random floor plan disregarding rarity. So it would just give me the way I'm reading this is when I'm given a choice of 3 rooms, instead of picking one of those 3 rooms, I just pick a berry instead. It'll be an option. And if I do, then it will just pick a random floor plan from my entire draft pool, not from the 3 options that were listed, but from my entire draft pool of all the rooms that are in my directory. And it will disregard rarity when it's doing that random pick. So it will, I might get a very rare, uncommon room just as likely as a common room, right? So that's interesting. It's hard to plan around. I had the moon pendant yesterday, and it chose 2 items. It chose for me to have a basement key, which is useless, and the moon pendant itself. So that sucks. I didn't get a useful item for today. The moon pendants will be good to have for the end of the day, because then it will keep 2 items again. But I don't need a basement key at all. And so it didn't pick any useful item for me to start the day with, which is a real shame. That was a real bad luck there. We are not going to play with the cursed coffin. But I do have to remember this counts as a trunk. So when I go to security and he says, oh, there's a trunk you haven't opened, it's talking about that one. There are not dig spots in the shrine. That's the other thing I have to remember. There's no dig spots there. So I don't yet know what I'm going to try to do today. Yeah. But let's just get started. Well, let's see what happens. I pick a wild berry. Wow. Okay. Vault immediately, which is a dead end. Man, I have to be careful about that. I could have a very short day if I just dead end immediately. So we're going to pick up those coins. Sometimes there's a trunk in the vault. Not today. Okay, so we're going to go over here and let's not pick a berry this time. Treasure map would be useful later in the day, but right now I'm going to do the conference room for the doors that it gives. There's nothing to pick up here though. Okay. Now this, I'm fine with it being random, because if it's a dead end, that's fine. So, this would give me 4 items. I'm going to pick a wild berry. I'm just playing around. This might not be a useful day. Oh, a single key because I did this room, the servants' quarters, way too early in the day, and it is a dead-end room. So, yeah. Picking a wild berry, probably not the best thing to do, especially when I have better room options. Okay, so we're going to go here. Let's do this so that we can go here and go and whatever. Or I could do this and go up here, but I do want to come over here. I could do boiler room and go here and here with power. I don't need that. I don't know that I need to power anything though. I might need more keys, so we're just going to do the hallway. Pick up this key. So basically, the way I should treat the berry is if I don't like any of the three options, then pick a berry. But if I like one of the three options, then just do that. This spends a gem, gives me a doorway up here. This will give me 2 items. I'm going to take the 2 items. It would be better if it were off a bedroom, but that almost never happens. We're going to go over here. And the problem is that none of these options... I'm not going to pick a wild berry because it could be a dead-end room and that would just end my day. So basically, to not end my day, I need to either do the secret passage or the corridor. Let's do this. Let's do the secret pass. Well, if I do the secret passage, what would I want? What color would I pick? I could pick orange and get another hallway. That's probably what I should do. Which will seem super boring, but it's like that or I pick green. So I could pick orange or green. If I did gold, it might just be something that turns down into here, which won't help. Could be a commissary, though, and could buy out the commissary. But I think I'm just going to do a hallway. Oh, I meant to do just do a green. But it is what it is. I picked... Aquarium will give me 10 coin, and it gives me a doorway up here. The corridor gets me over here. I've got 6 keys, so with the Great Hall, I could get over here and unlock getting up there, but I would be spending keys to do so. I'm gonna do the Great Hall. But I'm not going to spend the keys on these rooms just yet. Let's do the den. Okay. And then this is going to be a dead-end room regardless, so we'll see our options. And then if they're not exciting, we can do the wild berry. Solarium could be good. Parlor, 2 gems could be good. It says you're more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms while drafting. Picking a wild berry will could give me a random rare room. Picking a wild berry has been kind of reckless. probably just take a solarium while it's on offer. I don't have a shovel, so I can't dig up that spot. That's fine. That's not why I drafted it. Making sure I'm not missing a trunk in this room, which I have done on occasion, and then I feel like an idiot. We definitely don't want the ballroom. Corridor could be okay, but this would give me a key and head me back over here. I don't need to head back over here because I can get to here from here, but it does take keys. This would give me a key and head me over here, but I do want to proceed up this side of the house. So let's do the corridor. Okay, so gymnasium, I would lose 2 feet, but I could proceed on to here and here. Let's assume that I'm going to get a strategy for getting more steps today. So I could pick a wild berry, but it might just be a dead-end room. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then let's go ahead and pick this. This being a dead-end room right here is not terrible. Aquarium would give 10 coin and give me doorways here and here, but it costs a gem. I only have 2 gem. This gives me a gem, a key, and 10 coin. So we're just going to do this. Alrighty. Library gives me a doorway over here. Code check gives me a treasure map. Which is good if we get a shovel, but we have no guarantee of getting a shovel. And we also don't need coins unless we get unless we were going to do a showroom run. But I've got 88 coins at the moment. Don't want to dead end right this second. This would give 3 coins, but it also kind of dead ends me. We'll do library. Okay, gives an apple. Did last time. I don't know why it's giving apples now. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm just curious. I guess I will request... Sightseer's Guide to Remington. I think I've got it all. Screenshot, but you know, picking something, right? Come over here. Okay, throne room. 5 gems, can't do it. Trophy room, 5 gems, can't do it. So study would let me rotate rooms, but it would dead end me. So I'm going to do a wild pick here, because otherwise I'm just going to dead end. So let's do a wild berry. Okay, it's still a dead end, but it's an attic, which is maybe like a better dead end. Yeah, it's giving like a shovel. Yeah, I can use a shovel. Now I wish I had chosen green room in the secret passage. Oh, magnifying glass. I like the magnifying glass. Oh, secret garden key. Let's make sure we've got all the things. I don't have a metal detector, so if there's coins or keys on the floor, it's not going to tell me about it. I have to do a visual inspection. I wasn't counting the items as I picked them up. But okay. But I presently have 7 keys, 5 gems. And I have a shovel and a magnifying glass. So, and compass is useful as well. So, okay. But that does mean that I need to come all the way back around to here. This is my only doorway at the moment. Which is never a great feeling. Okay, so I don't care as much about these here. I need to do these doors here to open up this room here, and I need this room to bank over this way, or else it's a very short day. We'll start here. Okay, this does go straight through. Bedroom will get me over here, which is what I need. So let's do that. I won't enter it just yet because I've got 6 keys. One of these will be an empty alcove, and one of these will have some sort of reward. One of these will be an empty alcove, one will have a reward, but it's... there might be coins, there might be keys, there might be gems. Okay, so that replaces that key, and we can open this just in case we care. We don't know that we're going to care. I'm not super focused on allowance quests these days. Okay, so this should be just a little empty alcove per our typical. So we won't open that one. Okay, this is an empty alcove, so one of these two... And that goes there, so then this should have also a little reward. But I'm using too many keys. Thankfully, it's going to replace a key, some coins, and a gem. So I went from 6 keys to 4 keys. I'm not certain that that was a great trade, but I have more gems now. I have a few more coins now. I can come up here and don't have to revisit this on a, I wonder, right? Nothing to wonder about. There's nothing to pick up here. Sometimes there's a little gem or item right there, but not right now. Okay. So the pool will give me a doorway here and here. It will give me 2 trunks. I have keys. I do not have a sledgehammer at the moment. Oh, when I was here, I picked up a shovel and went down here, and I should have gone in there and dug up the spot, and I didn't, and I'm not going to backtrack now for it. Just my bad. I should have just ducked in here, dug up the spot, and then moved on. So we're going to do the pool, but we're probably not going to get the benefit of the trunks, but I'm going to do the pool because it's doorways here and here. It is costing me a gem, though. So I'm not going to spend my keys on those trunks at the moment. Okay, I do have a shovel, so courtyard, not bad. I can dig up stuff. This gives me key guaranteed. Either one of these is a doorway up to here. Mechanarium gives doorways equal to the number of mechanical rooms, but honestly, I only see it itself, so that might just be that it's a dead-end room today. Like, it might just have one door, and that would be a dead-end, which is bad. I can't rotate this. I could do... Oh, is it not giving me wild berry? I don't think it's giving me a wild berry option anymore. I wonder why. I'll have to look that up in a moment, or look at that in a moment. This has dig spots. It might have a trunk. It is costing a gem. But I sometimes get benefits based on the number of green rooms I have, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't see why it's not giving me the option of the berry. I don't see like there's a different, or like there's a limitation. It's weird. I did not see the option of picking a berry. So we'll take the metal detector. That should help with coins. Would have liked a sledgehammer, to be honest. I dug up trash. I did not dig up a key. That's disappointing. But the metal detector, you know, is okay. I mean, that's a good thing to get. Yeah, it's not giving me the berries anymore. Why isn't it giving me the berries? I don't know what happened. Does the compass, having the compass mean that I no longer get the benefit of the berries, or is the berries only a certain number of times? But it doesn't say that. Weird. Okay. I can't do the throne room because I only have 4 gems. I don't know that I would need to do the throne room. I don't know if there's a benefit to doing the throne room. So I'll do the dining room because I can get to the foundation through here. So I'll do the dining room. That gives me doors here and here. Dovecote would lead here, but then, you know, it's not giving me a doorway over here. So we're going to do the dining room. And that should help with our steps today also. Having the dining room. Yeah, I'll try the secret garden key. Because that gives doors here and here. That's why I did that. Gives some dig spots. Gives me another way to open up the antechamber, which is less important. I'm hoping I get some keys out of the dig spots. Might need to come back here with a power hammer and do this section of the brick wall, which is indented. It looks like it needs to be beaten up, right? I'm not imagining that. All right, so we've got 2 doorways to the antechamber opened up. Again, probably not going to try to get to the antechamber today, but there's just no reason not to open those doors while we're at it. Pebbles. I want more keys. Okay. But it gives me a doorway down here, and I can choose a dead-end room. Oh, this spread fruit throughout the house. What that means is it put fruit in the conference room. So that's, I could go to the conference room and eat fruit. I don't want to choose the freezer right now. I'll choose the parlor, even though it just kind of dead ends here, because I want the gems. I wonder why it's no longer giving me the option of the berry picking. That's weird. I don't know why that turned off. There are two false statements, so that's either true or false. A box with a false statement is empty. That's true or false. This box is empty. That is true or false. So if this is false, then the gems are in here. And there are two false statements. Because if this is false, okay, so if this is false, then a box with a false statement is empty, is false, and that would be false, false, and that would make this true, and that's viable. If this is false, however, then there can't be three false statements, so it's either one or two false statements. So if this is false, then this is the only false statement, so then this has to be true. Okay, a box with a false statement is empty. Would be true, which would mean that that's empty. And this box is empty would also be true. So this box would be empty, this box would be empty, and the gems would be here. So if this is false, no, if this is false, there would be one false statement. So this would be false, and this would be true, and this would be true, right? We did that. So the gems would be here. But if this is true, and the gems are not there, a box with a false statement is empty. There are two false statements. Well, that can't be the case. Well, okay, if this is true, then this can't be true because there's not enough boxes left for it to be true, which would make this false. No, wait a minute, I'm confusing myself. This is true. This box is empty. It's true. There are two false statements. Yeah, and if this were true, that can't be true because then this would be the only false box. So this would have to be false, which would make this true. Which would mean that this is empty and the gems are in here. This is false and the gems are in here. Then this would be true, and there are two false statements. Well, this would be true. No, excuse me. If this is false and this has gems, then this is true. So if this is false, this is true. There are two false statements. Well, that would be neither true nor false, because if it were true, it would have to be the other false statement, right? But then if it's false, which forces it to be false, which is a contradiction, and if it is false, then there's only one false statement. And that would have to be false, which means the other one would have to be true. So basically, this can't be false. So this has to be true. This has to be true. This box is empty has to be true. One of these has to be false and the other has to be true. So this is true and empty. So then one of these has to be false. At least one of these has to be false. And at least one of these has to be empty. So that would make this true. And so then this has to be false. And it has to be the only false one. So therefore, the gems have to be here. Oh, I need to pick up the little key. So I think the gems have to be in the black box. I was wrong. The gems were in the white box. Okay. Well, that's the second time I failed the parlor test. My bad. Because what happened here was basically the gems had to be here then because there are two false. Box with a false statement is empty. Well, this box is empty. I don't know where I went wrong, but I went wrong somewhere, obviously. I worked out, I think that the gems could be in the white box. I thought I worked out that the gems had to be in the black box, but I was incorrect. Well, I screwed that up today. Oh, well. Cosmic coin gives me another doorway. Starts a lab experiment. Gives me my observatory benefits. Let's do the laboratory. Reason being is because I'm also going to change the security level for the day before I start getting security doors. So let's go here. I can't believe I screwed up the parlor. I normally can reason that out. I somehow screwed it up. We do want a letter delivered to the mailroom. Whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafted in a room, that's very likely. Eating an apple. Let's say this one's the most likely. Okay. Start an experiment. Log in a network. Remote terminal. Security. 7 fruit, 1 key, 3 trunks. So there's, because there's, the coffers counts as a trunk and there's 2 trunks in the pool. So there's a key somewhere that I have missed. And 7 fruit is in the conference room, but I don't know where the key is. There's a key somewhere that I have missed. The card system. Alrighty. Oh, now I get the security room immediately after having remote access into security. But I will go ahead and, well, I could do hallway, but this gives me a doorway up. So let's do it. Dark room, I wouldn't be able to see. That's not good. So yeah, I'm spending gems. Okay, this is a security door, even though I changed. And this is the, so the doorway up is a, no, the doorway over is a security door. That's not a big deal because I can get to here from the foundation unless this is a security door as well. But at least the door going up is not a security door. Yeah, I don't know where that key is. I know where the fruit is. I don't know where the key is. Oh, here, wait. I'm gonna double check my work. Key card system. Low unlocked. That's what I wanted. Yep. Okay. I cannot go there, so we're gonna go here. Nothing else to pick up. Right. Okay. Gallery will give me gems and roommate key. Billiard room gives me, well, it lets me earn a key if, assuming I solve the math puzzle, and give me a doorway over here. I'm going to do the gallery. All right, so we got that. Okay. So this costs a coin, but it gives a doorway here and here. This would dead end me. Don't want that. This lets me buy food and goes over here. I guess I will draft the chapel. Not going to walk into it yet because I'm going to come back around to the foundation. Wait, I should go trigger this room so I can eat at the dining room. That's what I should do. Okay, so we spend the coin. Fortunately, it's giving me a couple coins. We'll go over here. Key 8 won't work yet. Key 8 ought to work here, but this is... We're going to use a... We'll use a regular key. Observatory goes this way. We got the... That's a dead end. It gives me 10 steps. Locksmith, I could buy keys. I'm going to do the observatory and probably regret it, to be honest. I probably should have done the locksmith, but we get a key from that. So that's all positive stuff. No Draxus the Dead. Got a bunch of gems out of that. We got a key. Trophy room would let me come over here, which I can potentially get to from this doorway already. It gives me extra gems, right? And it will ring the dinner bell. I could also do the quest bedroom. Having extra gems can help with this side of the house. This will also trigger my experiment. Okay, so we've got dinner bell. We've got enough steps we can go eat if and when we need to. Nothing else to pick up here. Okay. I'm not going to use a key. No, I could use the room 8 key is what I could do. But if I do the room 8 key, I just hope it bends the right way. It does. It bends up here, which is how I want it to go. I mean, I can resolve this. Does it do anything if I resolve it? I don't actually remember. And that's saying I got it incorrect. What was it that I got incorrect? All right. And NV 1N. Okay, so it's just, I get another allowance token. So every time I go roommate, I can get another allowance token. All right. Keys. Do a key here, but then I won't be doing a key. Well, I could then maybe do a key here. Then I'd be out of keys, but okay, so this is not going to connect up to here regardless of what I do. So if I take the locksmith, I'm going to be spending money on keys. If I do the walk-in closet, I might get keys for free. If I do the pantry, then I get over here. Let's go ahead and, but I might not, this might require a key that I don't have. Shoot. I'm going to do a locksmith, but I might not buy keys. Let's see what the prices are. 3 keys for 10. I might save my money. I'll come back if I need it. Realizing that that will cost me steps. And every time I go through the chapel, I lose a coin. Showroom. I'm going to say not yet because I'm going to try to get a showroom. And I can eat fruit from the conference room for steps. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do that. And what key haven't I picked up? Saying there's a key I haven't picked up somewhere. I thought I picked up the hallway key, but I'll look for it on the way. So I'm going to go over here and eat this fruit. And maybe also duck in here and dig this up. Then I need to come back here and do this. Alrighty. Oh, that's the key I didn't pick up. There we go. Nice. Whether I should use a key on trunks or not. What's this doorway look like? Oh, that's a security door. Oh, I'm screwed. That's a security door. This is a security door. This is a security door. I'm done. I do not have a key card. I do not have a utility closet. I am done. I didn't have the opportunity to buy a key card in the locksmith. I don't think I hadn't walked into the foundation, so I hadn't seen that that was a security door. Shit. Okay. Do I have a coat check? I do not. I do not have a room that wants me to end the day in a specific room. So I'm going to go outside. I'm going to take a look at Black Bridge. I will dig this up in case it wants to just give me a key card. I'll dig up the foundation as well. Just in case, hey, we've never buried a key card in the past, but let's bury a key card today. Not going to happen. So I screwed up today. I screwed up the day. I will open these trunks in case there's a key card. Reroll die. Coins. Over here. Lockpicks. Not a key card. But the lockpicks might be chosen by the moon pendant, right? Moon pendant's going to choose 2 of these items that I could start the next day with. I've triggered 1 new letter to the mailroom, which I don't have a mailroom today. Yeah. I don't know why Blessing of the Berry Picker, like, turned off. Is there only 3 berries to pick? Is it only 3 times? Maybe it's showing 3 berries. Can do this at most 3 times for the day? Maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna spend my I have reroll die, which I don't need. But I'm going to take the elevator outside. No, because I need to go this way to the solarium. So I'm going to go... I erroneously thought it was going to be quicker to go from the outside, but it's not. Yep. There's nothing to be had there anyway. We'll dig this up, but it's not going to be a key card. It's a coin. 101 coin. So now what I'm going to do is go all the way over here. Because I just want to... there's nothing more I can do in the house. I'm pretty sure there's nothing more I can do in the house. I just screwed up today with the house. I screwed up today with the house. So, got myself 2 security doors that I can't get past. There ain't nothing I can do about it. There is no key card here. There's fruit. I'll eat the fruit because it won't keep for tomorrow. Right. So sure, we'll take all of these extra steps. I didn't even eat in the dining room, and I could have, and there was no reason now not to have. But I didn't know that at the time. I mean, I didn't realize it at the time. Security office would have told me if there was a key card just sitting somewhere. It didn't say so. I'm pretty sure I already made today's wish in the fountain. Yeah, I did. So, and we've got the shrine, so there's no reason to go back to the shrine. I'm coming over here because I want to try something. Well, first of all, see, like, I think this used to be floor-to-ceiling server, and these used to be lit up, and now they're not. And do they need replacement, or does this indicate anything? I want to try Joan S. Right. I didn't think so. We read a letter in the mailroom that said, hey, when I get back, we'll set you up with an admin key. How about Joan S? You know, but that hasn't happened. This is where we found the blueprint for the throne room, but I don't think there's anything more to find up here. Find or do. The throne room, like, we're, I think, part of the old royal family, descended from the royal family of Arenda Ares before the rebellion, and it became Finn Ares. Right? So... like royal family in exile, or in hiding, I should say. Maybe not in exile, but in hiding. I literally don't know what to do with this thing. It doesn't, like, seem clickable at the moment. Something might eventually change that, but that's... I don't know if it's just decorative or if it's meant to do something. Okay, well, I'm just gonna end the day, call it a day. This was day 57, a non-productive day. We've had those on occasion. I did trigger, I did increase my allowance by doing room 8. So I increased my allowance yet again. Minor achievement. I did trigger the experiment for another letter delivered to the mailroom for some future day. I didn't do clock tower, so I'm not going to get more keys. So I kind of wasted the I kind of wasted today's starting benefits, but I do have still moon pendant, so I will have 2 items again tomorrow. I started the shrine, which is blessing of the berry picker, which is kind of hit or miss. But at least now we've experienced it. Okay, so we're gonna call it. Thank you for being with me, day 57. We'll see you for day 58, and hopefully it will be a, better day. This was Mount Holly, sizable jigsaw house, 3 puzzle rooms. Total rooms 31. Rake reached 9. Steps taken 78. Items found 23. And we are done. Have a good one. We'll see ya. Hello. So, day 57, which I actually just finished with, and I signed off with you all. But that was pretty short and unimpressive. So, looking at my real world clock, I'm thinking maybe I can get in another one today. So we're going to go ahead and do day 58 and just hope that we get more done day 58. So let's do day 58. And you're probably going to see 57 and 58 in the same video. I'm not exactly sure how long I spent on day 57. I'll make that determination after I'm done with day 58 and I see the length of both recordings, whether I can, put them together in a single YouTube release or I separate them. But regardless, let's get going on day 58 of Blueprints. All right, so we have the blessing of the berry picker presently, which means that at least for a finite number of times, maybe 3 times total, instead of drafting one of the 3 presented rooms, we can pick a berry, and then it will just randomly give us a room from our entire draft pool, discounting rarity, meaning, rare rooms are just as likely to be randomly selected as non-rare rooms. We ended with a moon pendant, and so it's giving us the moon pendant back again, and a magnifying glass. So moon pendant and magnifying glass, that's a good way to start the day. We like having a magnifying glass, and the moon pendant, means that basically we get to keep a couple items, including, in this case, the moon pendant itself. All right, so let's go pick our outer room for the day. Let's not forget to make a wish. We were at like 12 or 14 at one point, and then I made a wish day 57, and I'm making wish again, so a little bit of a mental note there on how many coins. So it's like at like 14 to 16 coins at the moment. Our allowance is now up to 57. Basically, we increased our allowance day 57 by solving the puzzle in room 8 again, which gave us an allowance token. Okay, so we have the berry picker. Pick a wild berry, and I'm thinking, because it went away at some point on day 57, I'm thinking like I can do it exactly 3 times for the 3 berries pictured. But let's not do it here. Let's do a tool shed and start out with some other items. Okay, the advantage metal, starting with metal detector. Oh, and a sledgehammer. Nice. I like that. So when we encounter trunks and stuff. Also, we could potentially get a workshop and maybe make the power hammer and break down some brick walls. But the advantage of starting with metal detector, other than it could give us coins, is if we do get a workshop, we can combine these 2 things into a burning glass, and then if we get a freezer, we can maybe get that letter and key out of the freezer. So that's kind of going to be a goal for me, or a soft goal for me today is, hey, let's get a workshop, right? And then let's get a freezer. Right now, let's go ahead and do this. I might be sad that I passed up the utility closet later. But I want to get over to this side of the house. If I do the office right now, it's only going to be a couple coins. It's like going to be 2 coins or 1 coin or whatever based upon the number of rooms. So it's not very lucrative to do the office at the moment, but it would give me a doorway up, but the bedroom gives me a doorway up. Bedroom gives me a doorway up and no extra coins, but the office is kind of better later in the day. Let's go ahead and do... I could do the bedroom or I could do pick a wild berry, but I don't have a doorway here, so I do want to come up here. So let's do this one. The advantage bedrooms is if I get a sleeping mask, I can get extra steps. But also there are sometimes lab experiments or things that are dependent upon having bedrooms, right? So we've got a bedroom. Okay. I have a sledgehammer. So if the courtyard has a trunk, I don't have a shovel, but if it has a trunk, which it may or may not have, this could be good. And I don't really want a dead end at the moment. So we're going to do this. It does not have a trunk. It has exactly 1 dig spot, and I do not have a shovel. So this is a waste of a gem, in my opinion. Like, for a while there, it was always giving me a trunk in the courtyard, but not the last few times, so I don't know what changed. We're going to try to go up first. Parlor, I managed to somehow screw up day 57. I managed to do the logic incorrect and pick the wrong one. I could try to do better today and get the gems. Right? Because I'm at 1 gem, no keys. So let's go ahead and do this. I mean, commissary was also good because I have some money. I could have bought out the commissary. But I want to redeem myself over here. All 3 boxes contain gems. That's false. The other 2 boxes contain gems. That's false. So this has to be true. This box contains gems. That is true. Boom and boom. Key and a doorway here and a doorway here versus key and only a doorway here. So I'm going to do this one. I don't want to spend the secret passage just yet. I'd like to have a doorway going up over here. But that's not what I'm being offered. And picking a wild berry is just very, very random. So. Sledgehammer, but unlike the vases in the entrance hall, these are not breakable with a sledgehammer. Okay. I can get to here from here, but there's no reason not to do it from this direction, so let's go here. And yeah, we'll do commissary. I don't think I'm going to be trying to do a showroom buyout today, so we can spend money in the commissary. Extra key. Metal detector saying, hey, some extra items for you. Okay, so this is going to let us buy a shovel. We'll buy gems. I'm going to buy it looks like there's 2 more keys. Yeah, I'll buy it out. There we go. salt shaker, 1 extra step for every time I eat food. I don't think that's worth it. It's better to have the 5 coins for like a kitchen, I think. Speaking of the kitchen, we could have it here, but I could just do storeroom dead end here because I have this doorway here. So yeah, we'll just do the storeroom. Now the sun's in my eyes. This is why I don't normally like to play this game at this time of real world day, because the glare through my windows that are too high up for me to put shades or curtains on, so I can't do anything to really stop that glare. So I just have to deal with it. You'll see the glare on the side of my face right now. That's what I'm fighting. I'm having to like squint. But we'll make do. Not the end of the world. Okay. So I have a shovel. I could go back here. It's got 1 dig spot. I'm not gonna. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna bug me if I don't. Let's continue on because I might dead end and then have to backtrack anyway. Okay, speaking of having to dead end, that's exactly what's happening. So, it's not giving me the option to connect to the foundation. I could get a key and dead end. I could get 2 items and dead end. I could get 10 steps and a allowance quest and dead end. I'm going to take the 2 items because I have 6 keys at the moment. So let's hope these are more useful items. Lucky rabbit's foot and a reroll die. So reroll die can be good. But it does mean this is my only doorway, which sucks. And I will have to come all the way back this way. Unless I want to go... Nope, I have to come all the way back this way. This could be another short day. Short, unproductive day. A wasteful day. Alrighty, so literally this courtyard has 1 dig spot and that's it. And it has nothing of interest. Wow, that was worth the steps. That was worth the gem to draft this room. Wow, this is the suckiest courtyard I've ever had. 1 dig spot, no extra items. No trunk, no nothing. That's just a sucky courtyard. Alright, I have 1 doorway over here. I have to make it count. I do have a reroll die now. Well, it's gonna have to be spare bedroom. Or I could try a redraw, but we're gonna go spare bedroom. Okay, sleepy mask. So I can pick up steps by walking into bedrooms. This is a bedroom. This is a bedroom. 1, 2, 3 gives me 5. 1, 2. Yeah, it would just cancel. Going over here now just would cancel itself out. 1, 2, 3, and actually gives me 7 because of this. And then 1, 2. I guess I could pick up some extra feet. Yeah, we'll do it. It's a little bit extra feet. But then I don't have to try to do it later. All right, so then now when I come this way, I'll get another 5 feet for stepping into the bedroom. There we go. And I don't have to worry about coming back to these bedrooms to get the feet because I've already gotten them. Kitchen. Costs a gem. Gives me a doorway up. I care more about the doorway up. So we're going to do that. Extra little coin. Today's menu. Could buy add 10 in the morning room, which I don't know what the morning room does. Add 15. Yeah. Dining room wants me to have the boiler room today. Got it. I'm not going to buy extra feet at the moment. I might end up needing to spend coins at a locksmith or a laundromat or something. I won't be doing showroom, but you know. Yeah, I'll take a gem and a doorway here and here. That works. Boiler room would have cost me a gem. It would have made dining room more, give me 10 extra steps, but and maybe I should have done it, honestly. But I didn't. So we're going to live with the choice that we made. And there's nothing else here. There's no trunk or something that I'm missing. Nope. Okay. All right, let's see. This will take a coin, but gives me a doorway up here. Billiard room will let me get a key, and it goes over here. Now, we do want to do the billiard room a certain number of times for the trophy. And but I do need more doorways up. Because right now, this is my one doorway, so I need another doorway. So I need more chances for success. So let's do this. It's not going to, metal detector would tell me if it's going to give me any replacement coins. It is not. Pantry gives me 4 coins and leads me right back here. This gives me a key and leads me right back here. This dead ends me, but I would get, 5 steps. I really wanted it to go this way. I have a redraw. I'm going to regret this, but I'm going to use my redraw. I do regret it, but tunnel, and then maybe I can get a room that connects to the foundation. And tunnel will likely have a dig spot. Yeah, there's a dig spot. All right, and then... Okay, so now that I could have a pantry that leads over here. I could have a boiler that leads here and leads here. Let's do the boiler room for the extra doorway. I don't necessarily want to power the boiler room. We'll go to the foundation. We'll dig up these dig spots. I haven't gotten a workshop, so... But if I got the workshop, I would not be making the detector shovel. I'd be making the burning glass. So that's why I'm like not waiting till I get a detector shovel before digging these things up. Because I don't intend to make a detector shovel today. As short-sighted as that seems. Use a key. All right. Laboratory lets me do the computer, start an experiment, change security settings, but dining room gives me a way to eat later, and it gives me a door here and here. I care more about the door here and here. I will do the dining room and then regret it later. Some extra coins. I did it so that I could have a doorway over here. And a doorway going up. I've yet to explore this doorway or this doorway. Like I could dead end here and I could dead end here, or from here I could go maybe up here over here. But this one I could definitely like dead end. But I'll have to backtrack to get over to them. Okay, this is interesting. Vault 40 coins. I don't really need, I'm not looking to accumulate a lot of coins today. Office would spread coins. I don't have a conference room, so they would literally be spread. Utility closet would let me turn off security doors, which is only helpful if I get into the security computer and make security doors unlocked when powered off. Office will let me go over here though. So I'm going to do office mainly. And office also is going to let me terminal in. I have to choose. I can either terminal into the lab or I can terminal into security. I'm going to probably, wait a minute. I'm not going to spread gold in the state because I might get a conference room and then I'll want to spread gold. But let's do this. And I can remote terminal into security and change those settings now. Or I can do the lab experiment. I'm going to be short-sighted and do the lab experiment. I'm thinking at some point it's going to offer me the security office and I will choose it. I don't want to have to choose the lab if I can avoid it, because the lab's really only useful for this one thing. Whenever I spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, that seems likely. Oh, but I don't get any more letters. Well, that sucks. Add 3 aquariums to today's draft pool. So those cost a gem to get in. They give me 10 coins. They have dig spots. I don't have Florealis, so they won't have flowers to give me the gem back. I do have a shovel, so spreading dirt on the driveway is not bad. Aquariums do have multiple doorways, though, but I'm going to do this. That was probably a mistake. I think I'm making all kinds of mistakes today. And I don't just mean day 58, I mean my entire day today. I Lose 2 feet, but it gets me over here. Passageway, lose 2 gems, and it gets me over here. I think I'm more fine losing the feet. I've yet to pick berries today. Okay, billiard room. Yeah, we want the billiard room because I can get keys, solve a billiard puzzle, and get up to here. So yeah, that works. There's a coin to pick up. Go over here and let's solve this. Why is it going off? Is there something else to pick up? Oh, yeah, there we go. Broken hand lever. Okay. So now let's go ahead and solve this. So 4. 2 times 11 is 44. 44 minus 12. No, I'm sorry. Not 2 times 11 is not 44. It's 22. 22 minus 12 is 10. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10, plus 14 is 4. 4 no, negative 4 plus 1 plus negative 4 plus 1 is negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 squared is 9. Divided by 9 is 1. Okay, secret garden key. Oh, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end. Let's get our observatory benefits for the day. I could pick a wild berry here, but I'm just gonna take observatory benefits for the day. We're at 49 stars. I think it goes up to 50 stars. I mean, it might go past 50 stars, but I think it, listed out benefits it's in some place up to 50 stars. I'm not seeing... Okay, there's our Florealis. I'm not seeing any Draxus. So this is all positive stuff. Twins, we've got a pair of chests in the entrance hall that we could bust open with our sledgehammer. Yep. I still haven't spread coins in the estate because I want to get the conference room first. All right, let's see. There's this doorway, there's this doorway, there's this doorway. There's these chests. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the foundation. I'm going to go outside, come back in, go over here and do this. Alrighty then. Even if it's not fewer steps, it's just simpler for me to wrap my head around getting from the foundation to the outside to the entrance, rather than all the weaving around the other paths take. So now I can bust open these trunks. Get their benefits. So a couple keys. Some coins. And come over here and see what this doorway does. Because these are lower ranks, so these should be easier to draft, like less gems and keys required, but also maybe give resources and things. But also if I dead end here, that's fine, because I can dead end here. I could build off of here instead. So this is a good dead end room candidate. I still don't need to buy food. I don't know what I'm saving my money for, you know, probably nothing. More likely to draw green rooms. Now, I do have Florealis now. So green rooms would give me gems. Green rooms include like the one with the 4 doorways, the cloister. Yeah. Sacred Garden, I've got a key for that. Each time I enter the dormitory after drafting a compass room, gain 10 steps. Have I done a compass room? I don't think so. Oh, the tunnel. The tunnel, yep. And so I would get 10 steps. I'd get 15 because of the sleeping mask. So I'd get 15 steps out of the dormitory. But then it would dead end. More likely for green rooms. Could be a good thing. Discover less common floor plans while drafting in the library. But the problem is that the library just dead ends here. So I could pick a wild berry right here. But I think what I'm going to do is just do the greenhouse. So we can install the broken lever and do that. And open up this door, and that's like the first time we've opened up that door, but that's fine. I maybe should have... Ah, I didn't mean to close it. I need to open again. I meant to like grab my broken lever back. Because really, knowing that I can put it there and open that is good. But the broken lever could have maybe been combined with my sledgehammer if I got a battery pack and, you know, done other things with it, is the point. So that wasn't necessarily the best use of... okay, we like watering can. We got 3 special flowers out of this room. Okay, so 3 gems. With the watering can, what I can do is now I step back in and I use watering can and get another gem. Okay, I think I've done... This is another, like, wall area that can be, I think, busted open. So I need to, like, really start breaking open walls, which apparently I can't do with the sledgehammer alone. I need a power hammer, and I can bust through these, like, wall areas, like in here, and in the weight room, and in the secret garden, right? But I just gave up my broken lever, so that's not something I'm going to accomplish today. Okay, so from here, I should go this way, even though it loses me a coin. Or I could come over here to save my coin, but I don't really need to save a coin for any reason that I'm aware of. So I'll just go over here. Secret garden key? Sure, why not? E. See, this is another wall area that I need to, like, bust open with a... yeah, I didn't need this. I knew I had a secret garden key, so I definitely didn't need to open up the other doorway to the antechamber, because I didn't really need to get to the antechamber today. So that was just a waste of... in my opinion, that was a waste of the broken lever that could have been used elsewhere. Coin, okay. That spread fruit throughout the house, and it actually literally is spread throughout the house, because we don't have a conference room at the moment, and that's fine. If I backtrack, I'll watch for fruit that I should eat along the way. I could do secret passage and choose a green room and probably get the cloister. Boudoir leads over here, and because I've opened the safe, that would give me a gem. Pantry would give me 4 coins and a piece of fruit to eat. So steps and lead me over here. I think I'll do the... well, if I do... this makes green rooms more common, right? No, you are more likely to... yeah. This greenhouse makes green rooms more common, so do I need to even select green here? use a secret passage to get a green room, or should I use it to get like a gold room? But do I need a gold room? I have 7 keys. I more just wanted another doorway going up over here. I could pick a wild berry right now, in theory. Do I need to get this over here, or do I want a doorway here, or do I want a doorway here? That's the question. I think going up is maybe more important than going over. Now, I don't want red. Don't necessarily want purple, although I would get 5 steps, but it could be a dead-end room. Green is good. Hallway can be good, like if it's a great hall or something. I have keys. I don't necessarily have extra keys for a great hall. But I want the, like, maybe green and just do a cloister or something. Or if it would give me another courtyard, which it's not likely to give me another courtyard. But I'll go ahead and do... I think I'll just go ahead and do green and take my chances. It is letting me have another courtyard. Cool. So I'll take the courtyard, which is doorway here and here. This would give me a dig spot, a flower, and 10 coin. I don't really need a whole bunch of coin, though. Courtyard will have a flower or 2. And dig spot. So I think courtyard might be better than aquarium at this point in time, because it does aquarium cost a gem. It might give me 1 gem back, whereas this doesn't cost any gems and will give me gems, so I'll net gems. Pick up a coin, dig this up. It's a key, which that's fine. Bust this open. Take this, take that. Dig this up. This is a more typical courtyard where it gives a trunk and some dig spot, more than 1 dig spot. Yeah, our first courtyard of the day just sucked. All right. Before going up, I'm going to try to go over, because I'd like to go over and maybe like go this direction. Okay, so passageway. Well, code check would be great if I needed coins. I am not going for coins today. It's too late in the day to go for showroom shenanigans. I've got lots of gems at the moment, so giving me some doorways is good. So we'll do this. We won't enter it just yet. We're getting dig spots in the driveway. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. Yeah, we can do a veranda. I've yet to pick a berry today. Yeah, in the future, I think I'll just pick different blessings. I'll pick blessings I can count on, like picking a wild berry. It's so random, I can't strategize for it. Other blessings are just, I can strategize around better. Like they are more definitive in what they do, you know? Not the blessing in general, which I very much dislike, but there are still other blessings that I would choose over this blessing of the berry picker. I will use a key here. This costs a gem. It's going to have a flower to give me the gem back. My watering can is out until I refill it somewhere. But it's going to give me a doorway here and here. Music room only gives me a doorway here. It does give me a regular key and a special key. I don't necessarily need a special key. So I think I'm going to take the extra doorways. Oh, look at this. All kinds of special items and stuffs. It's a treasure trove of things. We've signaled the dinner bell. I have 56 steps, but so I'm not worried about that at the moment. Oh, look, there are coins now in here, which I guess I could retrieve if I drained water out of the aquarium today. Wait a minute, when it says 10 coins in the aquarium, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are these the 10 extra coins in the aquarium? Oh, because it's goldfish aquarium, so it's 10 coins with the goldfish. But I have to drain the aquarium in order to access those 10 coins. Well, that's unfortunate, because I don't want to drain the aquarium. Because I don't want to fill the pool. And maybe should have chosen, if I had known, I would have probably chosen a different upgrade for the aquarium, because those are 10 coins I can't access. It might as well not exist. We'll do a pantry just because it leads over here. I don't have a great hall, but I just want to fill, more space. I am not hurting for steps at all, so I could go eat at the dining room at some point, but I'm at 60 steps. We have, via the secret garden, we've opened the doorway to the antechamber over here, but I do not yet have a allowance quest. I'm not really looking for an allowance quest today, so I don't really need to get into the antechamber today. And I can get to here from this doorway. So this is probably a good spot to pick a berry, because I really don't care what this room is. I don't want it to be either of these rooms. And this isn't very helpful to me because it just leads to here, but so does the aquarium. So we're just going to take a random. And I think it is just 3 random. So, okay, I get a bunch more gems. I trade up 5 gems to 8 gems. And it gave me a doorway to here anyway. So fine, that's fine. I'm not going to use that key because I don't know that it's going to cost me a key here. So we'll go find that out. There's really no way to get those 10 coins from the goldfish bowl rather than draining the water with the pump room. That sucks. It does cost a key, so I'll do it from here because, Okay, cloister. Costs 3 gems, but it will have some special flowers and it gives me doorways here and here. We're triggering our experiments, which are putting dirt in the driveway that we could go dig up. They're dig spots. But that doesn't mean that those dig spots will have anything useful. Okay, so we spent 3 gems. We got 2 gems back. I've got plenty of gems. 19 gems. Jeez. Plenty of gems. Let's try this. I won't use a key right there because, again, it might not cost me a key coming from this direction. We don't know. Let's go over here. We'll use a key here. Vestibule. We've not had vestibule. I have 7 keys. But let's do a room we haven't done before. So let's do the vestibule. Okay, so the door behind us is locked, which means the other 3 should be open. So that will be open, and we could walk in there. We don't have an allowance quest. We don't have a reason to do so at the moment. So let's try going over here. Let's do... I don't like either of those choices. I would like to get over here or down here. I can't rotate. I don't need to get here. I really don't need to get here other than, well, archives would give me doorways here, here, and here, but then I'd be at a disadvantage for the rest of the day. Okay, screw it. For the extra doorways, I will take this disadvantage. Reading Nook gives me a key, attaches to here. Laundry room, I don't necessarily need today unless I run out of keys. Let's pick a wild berry. We've got 2 left, right? Let's pick a wild berry. So we get some keys. It gave us some steps. We get some coins. Payroll slip. Payroll issued for this week. Amount 10 gold. Oh, okay. But I stole that 10 gold. I stole the staff's payroll. Because I'm a sucky person, apparently. Stealing the staff's payroll. All right, so that's a security door going down. That's not fun. Use a key. Garage would give me 3 keys, but it kind of dead ends me. Dark room, I wouldn't see what I'm drafting here or here. But I could just not care what I draft. So we'll do the dark room. I've basically given up on today. When I say I've given up, what I mean is, oh, wait a minute. This is a security door. So I can't do this one because it's a security door. And this one's going to be a blind pick. Well, might as well pick a berry. No, we should redraw from blind to blind. No, we're going to pick a berry. Showroom. What can we buy from the showroom? Anything we would want to buy? I mean, might as well take a master key. We don't really need anything. We don't really need anything, but I might as well just buy a master key. West Wing Hall will let me get over here. Don't know what this would do. But I can come maybe this way. Unless these are going to be security doors, which I do not know because I haven't looked. Let's find out what this room is. Okay. Casino, not the end of the world. Now, I don't need keys, I don't need coins, I don't need gems, so I'm not going to gamble. So, no reason to gamble. I could have, if I had kept my broken handle, I could have brought it over here and seen what this does, but I stupidly used my broken handle already. So, master key. I should be able to keep the master key, right? It's not done, right? This would let me get through security doors. So let's go do this. Let's do this. So that I can do that. Turn the gymnasium off, turn the dark room on, turn the garage on. Alrighty. No dig spot here. Okay. So now, even though this is a security door, I should be able to get through it because I logged in. Oh, I didn't log into the security and change that. I logged into the lab. What did I draft? I drafted the office and I used my one thing to start my lab experiment. So I've not changed the day's security settings. So I won't be able to get through that door yet. What I need is okay, lights on here. So now there's something I can pick up. Key, not important because I have a master. Do I still have a master key? Yeah, I still have master key. I will keep the master key. Lock picks, don't need. But I have a moon pendant, so these things I pick up, I might get to, carry over to the next day. Okay, so, yeah, can't get through there. I can't get through I can't get through here. We're going to go to the vestibule and find out, can I get here? Rotunda, yeah, because that rotunda will let me go here, here, and here, which are the remaining spots I need to go. Doors in this room are security locked, so that would be shitty. Even though I've not been in the closed exhibit, unless I can change security access settings, I don't want to do this. So we go here, and it's going to let us come over here. We're going to use that, and unfortunately this is the lab. I needed it to be the security office. Let's I have 2 reroll die. Security office should cost a gem, so this is not a security office. I really need the security office, so let's redraw. This costs a gem. Maybe it's the security office, maybe it's not. But we'll try it. It is not the security office. But we might get 1 or more keys the following day because we now have a clock tower. I have some coins here. I was so relieved when we finally solved the puzzle here in the clock tower and got that sanctum key, because I knew there was a sanctum key here. And it was just really annoying me that I couldn't, you know, trigger it, but we finally figured that out. Let's rotate around to here. You know, we might spend a reroll die here trying to get a security office. I'm just really surprised that hasn't shown me the security office yet today. The reason why I'm not doing this room yet is because this room is potentially accessible from here or here. So, yeah. But this room, this area right now is not accessible from this doorway. We know that to be the case, so that's why I'm prioritizing this. Okay. All right. Those are not the security office. I could bust open those trunks with a hammer and it might have a key card, but again, it might not, right? So let's redraw. This is our last reroll. And we did not get a security office. Mailroom. I don't think we've got anything. I don't even think we have any extra letter to read. Oh, wait a minute. We do have another letter to read. We have this one. Admin controls and Blackbird. I'm sure you noticed the sealed circular door to the left. As you likely have already concluded for yourself, this door can only be opened if 3 different microchips are inserted in the central pedestal. Normally, all 3 microchips are kept secured in 3 other locations, but I decided to make it easy for you, and I've left one of the microchips in the grotto. In the grotto for ready access. However, you will have to find a new clue or 2 to find the others. Yeah, referring to the book, A New Clue. Right, got it. Again, information too late. Right. But I'll add it to my screenshots of letters. Alrighty. But now there's an order place. Plus, this is another tomorrow room, so we'll get another key at the start of the following day. So we've got, what, 2 keys? 2 tomorrow rooms? Yeah. So the mail room's a tomorrow room, clock tower's a tomorrow room. We are out of rerolls. All right, might as well go from here. There's no reason not to now. Laboratory again. Which just means that I should have from the office remoted into the security terminal versus lab, but I didn't know, you know. Generally, it gives me the security office as a room choice during the day, and it just hasn't today. I mean, that's a very typical room choice for most days, is the security office, and today they just like, you know, no. They let me have the utility closet, but they didn't let me have. So I will do this, but it won't let me log in is the problem. It won't let me remote terminal, I'm sure. Yeah, it won't. I'll go ahead and do that. No. I'm not gonna bother with spreading coins throughout the house, because I don't want to, unless I have showroom, but 25 coins plus whatever spread throughout the house is not enough to go buy out the showroom and get that trophy today. Not even close. Not even close. So this is my last doorway. Security office. A little late, but now we finally have it. So now it's not going to matter because there's not really anything I can do. That 9 fruit spread throughout the house, that's fine. I don't care. All that this matters to do is So the only thing this matters to do is that now I can come all the way back up here and do this room, and then I'll have done the full house again, but I don't even know what would be useful for that room to be. If it's a workshop, I could combine items, but I don't have space for a freezer. If it's a freezer, I'll take a freezer. If it's a freezer, I'll take a freezer. Because then I can save, 9 gem, 25 coin for the following day because I'm not using it today, right? If it's the coat check, then I need to math it, like, because I have a shovel, I could do the treasure map. I could get those 40, assuming they're coins, I could get those 40 coins. I could go do the office, spread coins throughout the house, but then I'd have to, go collect all those coins, spending those steps in the process, going to the dining room, eating fruit, whatever. I could do it. I don't have a pump room, so I wouldn't be able to drain the fountain. So I don't have the vault. Like that corner could be a vault, it could be treasure map. Either one's worth 40 coin, right? 40 coin plus, let's say if I spread coins throughout the house, even if that was another 40 coin, that'd be 80 coin plus 25 coin. That's not near enough. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll go do that room because I can, but it ain't gonna matter. I mean, it's not going to make any difference. The other thing I like is if it is a if it's the quest bedroom, I could do allowance quest by going to the antechamber. And that's another possibility of something to do. None of this was worth anything. I'll take the solarium. Well, no, I'll take this because this doesn't do anything for me and this doesn't do anything for me, so let's see what this does. Yep, doesn't do anything for me. No, it's the quest bedroom. This is the quest bedroom, so now I just have to come over here and increase my allowance, and that's all I will have accomplished today is increasing my allowance. But that will have been something versus nothing. Go here. Allowance quest. I am not going to pick up this key. The reason being is because if I pick up, I don't need the basement key, but if I pick it up, the moon pendant might choose it as one of my 2 items. It did on a previous day, and I was like, well, that's stupid. Why did it choose the basement key? I don't need the basement key anymore. Well, what's really stupid is why did I pick up the basement key? I know I don't need the basement key anymore. If I pick it up and I have a moon pendant, then the moon pendant is just going to randomly, select it, right? So don't even pick it up. Don't pick this up because I don't want it. I want 2 other items from this selection. This is all I'm accomplishing today. I can't think of anywhere that I need to go. Nothing else to explore. I don't have a coat check. I can't believe I'm now filling out the house pretty regularly. Like, I could have gotten the full house trophy multiple times over the last few days. It was really difficult. When I got the full house trophy, it took me several tries. But now I'm just like filling out the house without any real difficulty, right? I don't have a planetarium. Yeah, I don't think there's any room in the house that says anything about ending our day there. I could go outside and dig up the dirt in the driveway, but I'm also just more interested to see if that dirt's going to last till tomorrow, until I dig it up. It probably won't. But digging it up today might give me some coins, might give me some keys, or just rubbish. But even if it gives me coins and keys, unless I won't get to keep those because I don't have a freezer, right? So I wouldn't get to keep them, so that'd just be wasteful. If I don't dig up those spots in the driveway, I'll find out on day 59 whether those dig spots just stay there, have just stayed there because I haven't dug them up yet. And that's probably more useful information to me. So I am going to go ahead and call it a day. Don't know of anything else I can do. We're going to call it. Okay. Thank you for being with me. Day 58. We'll see you for day 59. This is, we had Mount Holly Garden Shopping Center, 7 green rooms, 5 shop rooms, total rooms 45, rank reached 9, steps taken 102, items found 13, new rooms 1. The new room today was the vestibule. That was our new room today. All right. Have a good one all. We'll see you for day 59. Cheerio.